how are you? And welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Beatriz, your host here on Beatriz Book Nook, and for today's video, this is the first episode of a very special project that I've been working since, well, it's now the end of June, so almost since May. And I am very excited to finally bring it to you. But what is actually this project? I am taking part on round 3 from Battle of the Booktubers hosted by Danni over on Danni Devils, and I am so excited because today is the first episode. I am going to start reading the 2 books that one of my fellow competitors recommended to me, and I'm very excited. So what is the point of all of this battle, and exactly what is Battle of the Booktubers? So we are now on round 3, and if you have been around for round 1 and round 2, you know how it works. But if you are new to this, let me explain it a little bit for you. So Danni decided that it would be fun to know who the best booktube recommender was, and she then decided to put us in groups of 4. So we are going, as of now, head to head on our own group, and I am going against Laura, Witchy, and Victoria, and I'm so excited because I don't know a lot about them, and it was a very interesting project recommending books to them. So my goal is to top them off with being the best recommender and win this competition. But I know myself, I will probably not be the winner, but I'm just here for having fun. So at the end of the time that all of these vlogs come out, we will have a live show over on Danni's channel, and that's where she will be announcing the winner. And until then, we are going to be reading 2 books per week. I'm going to be starting, let me just confirm, I am going to be starting with Booktuber L, which I don't know who it is. I am assuming that is someone, but I'll let that for the end of the vlog to tell you who I think it is. But I'm going to start with Booktuber L, and they recommended me All of the Gods by Amy Kaufman and Nightbirds by Kate J. Armstrong. Honestly, this is the recommendations that I'm the most excited about, mainly because I'm very cover drawn. If a cover is pretty, I am automatically drawn to it, and the covers of these 2 books are very, very beautiful, and I am so excited about it. But I think I gave a general idea of what I'm going to be doing, but I'll leave Danni's video down below, and you can go and check for yourself how is this going to work. And don't hope anything, I hope I have fun, I hope I find some good books, and let's see how it goes, because this is only the intro and I still have my 2 books to finish. Let's get a little bit more close and personal, and I'm sorry if you are seeing something that you don't like my pores or anything else, but I woke up like an hour ago, so keep that in mind. So I have already started The Isle of the Gods by Amy Kaufman. I am actually going to start, this doesn't have chapters, so I finished yesterday page 66. I am in a bit of a, not slump, but a burnout, so I am in a way taking this book quite slower, so I can understand it a little bit better, so I can be a bit more critical with this. I am going to channel my inner Leandra, you know? I'm going to be critical with these books. And what I have thought of it on the 66 page mark. So I am really liking the writing style. It's very easy, it's very quick, it's quite simple to understand actually. The problem is I am very confused right now. We had an introductory chapter which was 501 years ago, and then we are now 501 years later, and I still don't understand what that introductory chapter was meant to tell us. For what I understand, we are going to soon start a war or something like that. And I'm interested, I'm invested. I like the ocean and sea concept idea. If you know me, I grew up in the ocean. I live near the beach, near the ocean. The ocean is my safe place, is the place that I feel the most comfortable in. So, Booktubers Round, I think it did good recommending me this book. I hope, let's see how it goes, because I'm not sure about all of the travels, but I hope this is going to be fun, at least on the 66%, not percent, but on the 66 page mark. I am really liking it. I am not saying it's going to be a 5-star, but it might make me read Amy Kaufman's like backlist. So I'm quite excited, and I'll come to you all later when I have a new update for you, like maybe 100 and something pages later. So let's see. See you soon, friends! Hi friends! Well, I am here with you for a new update on The Isles of the Gods by Amy Kaufman, because I made it last night to part 1. I did finish part 1 on page 158, and I am ready to give you the first update. So I did take a few notes on my phone because I did not want to forget. And let's jump into a little brief of what this book is about. So, for what I understood, we are following 5 characters so far, at least 5 POVs, and one of them is a sailor, another one is a scholar, the other one is a prince, the other one is an ex-lord, and the last one, I did not really understand who she is, but she is someone that wants her sister to give her more value and to believe a little bit more in her. And in this world, there is a territorial division, in a way, between the lands that worship one god and the lands that worship another god. So, between these 5 characters, we have 2 of them being from Malaysia and 3 of them being from Eleanor. And Malaysia worships Mason. I think he's the god of... I cannot remember. And the other ones from Eleanor worship Berica. And 501 years ago, this is where we start the book, with Berica encaging Mason and putting him to sleep, so there is peace on earth, and the humans or magicians or whatever can be safe and live a peaceful life without any war. Since Berica closed Mason, the royal family from Eleanor has to go into the Mother Isles, I think that's what they call it, the God's Isles, something like that, and make a sacrifice every 25 years in order to like fortify Berica and her power in Mason, I think, a hold in him. Although when we are reading the book, the royal prince is actually 1 year later because something happened, and spoiler alert, it was very stupid. Yeah, I think it was a party, and I was like, really, you did not want to like do your job because of a party? But in a way I do understand him. And where was I? Because of that, the ones from Malaysian, understand that there is a possibility of waking up Mason and in a way deliver war to this kingdom, to this planet, to this place, because of what they actually did to their gods. And it's then at this time where the two ones from Malaysian, Malaysian? No, I don't remember. But they decide to take on a plan to go and intersect the prince sailor, the prince boat, while he is on his way to make the sacrifice. So, because they knew that this could happen, the royal family decides to change the plans, and the prince is not actually going on that boat, he's going on another. And then that's when we meet all of the characters. We already know them, and yeah, they start that trip on a boat called the Elisabetta, which is Sally, our main character, boat. And on their way to the islands for the sacrifice, the Elisabetta found the fire and the boat that the supposed prince was in, and fire is like the big deaths and the kills and all of that. And then the boat that has the other two that want like mission to wake up and to kill the prince. They saw the Elisabetta, so they start following them. It ends up that they actually kill most of the crew from the Elisabetta except Sally, Leander, which is the prince, and Keegan. They kill everyone except these three, and then they start to go and do the goal that they started with, which was making the sacrifice, which was what Ransa, the Elisabetta captain, told Sally to do. In the end, this is how we end up part 1. It's very confusing to me. I have a few things to say. One of them is that I'm really liking the story. I like this type of book. This is what captivates me, captivates my attention. I like gods. I like, in a way, complex like magician systems, which I can see this one is. What I am not liking as much is the way that the book is told. The writing style is not that hard, but it's actually also not that easy to follow. So I am getting confused at times, and in the beginning I was trying more to understand what was happening, what was the deal between all of the gods and the war and all of that, than to actually trying to understand the characters and meeting them and all of that. But saying that, I really think that all of the 5 characters that we are following, in terms of point of views, I think they are very different. They are very interesting on their own. They each one have, like, because they are from like very different backgrounds, or they come and they are at very different states in their lives. I am really liking that, how different they are, how different they feel, how they don't feel unidimensional to me in a way. So I really like that. And what can I say more? I think this is it so far. I want to know more. I want to understand more. I just know now that this is not going to be a 5-star because of how confused I was / am at some parts of the book. This has not yet given me like all of the feelings that normally a 5-star books gives me at this point. So yeah, I think it will either be a 4 or 4.5 star, but I cannot predict. But in the end, I'll tell you everything. So yeah, I think that's it for the first one. I am liking it, but I'm confused. So yeah, that is all, and until the next update. was not sure if this update was going to happen while I'm still home, but it is, and I have been reading The Isle of the Gods very, very, very slowly because it has been a hard month for me so far. I have been in a way, I have burnout reading, so, but now I am slowly making some progress. So, another update for The Isle of the Gods. I reached part 3. I'm going to start part 3 and I am actually quite enjoying this. I think this was a very safe option for someone to give me, which is quite interesting. I really think it was very safe because it has all of the elements that I enjoy. It has like a really nice main character. I like the main love interest, and I also like the side character, the third leg, the one that's not even like a love interest. I am liking all of that. But what happened during the second part? So during the second part, we basically are following them through their time in Malaysia. So the second part, which if I'm not wrong, is one of the biggest ones. It's actually all over one night period, which is quite interesting how much the author had to say for just a one night period, but a lot happens, and I see a lot of development in terms of not only Leander's and Sally's relationship, but also in discovering stuff and actually getting to do stuff to make other stuff right. If any of that made sense. But I am quite enjoying this. I think the second part so far was my favorite one because I got to see a little bit better of Leander's character, not as a prince, not as a royal, but also as like a human being, like someone that actually has a personality besides being one of the royal magicians, you know? And I actually really liked him, and at a point I was like, he is my new book boyfriend because I really like the way that he was portrayed in this. I still really like Sally's character. I think she is a badass woman, and she is very this book has all of the elements, honestly, and I am quite enjoying it.
2 weeks later.
Hello, lovely friends! No time no see or no talk. I have not talked to a camera in quite some time now. If you have been keeping up, it's now like the 19th of July, and I just got back yesterday from my trip to Spain. I am so happy to be home. Although I love to travel, also being home, it's quite nice. And actually, I finished one book. During that, well, I finished 2 books, but only one of them is relevant for this vlog, and I finished The Isle of the Gods by Amy Kaufman. It's a recommendation from Booktuber L, and I am quite excited to be able to finally give my thoughts on this book. It has been, I don't want to say how long, but I think it has been almost a month since I started this, and it's not because it's a bad book, it's simply because life stuff happened and I was not able to pick this up. But I'm quite excited to bring you my review, and I am going to first tell you what I actually did think of the book. So I really enjoyed it. I think this was a very safe option from Booktuber L to pick for me. I liked most of the book. I actually was talking to my best friend yesterday about how I am going to be rating this, and let me tell you what I said to her. So I liked the book in general, but because it's a safe pick for me, it's a book that I would pick. It has all of the things that I enjoy, especially the ocean theme and like the gods. I really like books with gods, and that is normally a safe option for me. I actually really enjoyed the characters. I liked the different point of views that we were getting, and I think I mentioned this earlier. I liked how different every character felt. Although I did not like the end. I did not like how it ended. I was wanting a more greater, a bigger ending than what we actually got, and I actually did not love the relationship. I liked the characters and I liked their dynamic together, but when I started to think of this book a little bit more, I started to not like their relationship because it came to my mind that this book, like all of 500 and something pages, take place over like a 1 week or 2 week max. And when you think of it that way, it's almost like they fell in a way in love, or at least they start getting an attraction to each other and wanting to keep live together and all of that. I did like that, but the end is what normally to me the end is what makes or breaks a book, and in this case it did break a book because I was expecting something greater, something bigger, something more wow, and I felt like I did not get that wow factor from the ending of this book. I got everything else. I liked their traveling, I liked the way this book was told, as I said before, like the different characters and how they in a way relate to each other and their like mindsets and what they wanted from what happened in this book. There's these things that are making me feel like I did not love this book. This is not my next favorite book. I will recommend this one to other people. I will just not be putting this one in my 5-star pile. Saying this, and I think you can get already like a general idea of what I actually thought of the book, I think it's time for me to give my rating. But I want to give the ratings all at the same time. So in the end, I will actually be rating all of the 2 books together. So I still have to finish one book, which is The Nightbirds or just Nightbirds. I have not started it yet, but you already know that this one is not a 5-star. So it's also not a 2 or lower star. So you will have a range to think from the next minutes. I hope I can keep you on your toes, and I'll see you in or with the next book. So yeah, I think this is it. Hello friends, and well, there's no need for hello because you are seeing this continuously, but I'm finally going to be starting Nightbirds by K.J. Armstrong, and I'm so excited. I have the book ready to go. I have been putting it off because I don't know why. I think this is one of the biggest books that I have to read for this challenge, and although I love the cover, I am a little bit afraid. But I think it's time to finish Competitor L vlog, so I will be starting to reading this today, and let's see how the book goes because I'm quite excited for it. So I think without further ado, let's get into this vlog or into this reading because it's finally time and a very needed one. I have a very important meeting later today, so before I forget, I want to chat with you about the Nightbirds, which is a book that I'm currently reading, and I have an update. I am 50% of the way through, and I am finally here to talk to you about what I'm thinking of the book. So, just for a little context, what the book is about, we are following these three girls who are called nightbirds, and each one of them has this magical power, and in a way, they give this power to other people through a kiss, and they guarantee the one that kisses them a few uses of their power. A lot happens, and honestly, I think and then there's this type of priests that are against like the woman having powers. It's a very weird story, and I am seeing this weirdness to me very much in the book, because I think this book, I thought I was going to be almost finished by now, and it has taken me so much to finish it, because like we are following the three girls' points of views, but in a way that's quite hard to understand, because they are third point of view, but we are following like the mind of the three girls, and we don't have like a clarification of who we are following. We need to understand through the context of what is actually happening and what the people and who the girl is referring to. I was talking with my best friend about this book the other day, and basically what I told her was that the chapters of this book and the way that this book is written, it feels like I have been reading it for 20 years now, which normally for me it's not very good. I think I would have soft DNF'd this book if I wasn't doing this project, because I know it's putting me in a slumpy mood, and for me, it's a very slumpy book. It's hard to get through, it's hard to figure out what's happening, the story is not very clear. Well, it is clear, but like they have their own names for stuff that we are so used to. Like they have, I think, if I'm not wrong, mom in the book, it's Dame, and like why change these like these already existing titles and create another ones, because that makes the story even harder to follow. And there's these priests, and the priests are not called priests. Like, why make the existing titles different and make them harder? There's no point, there's no need for that, honestly. So I like the story, I like what it entails, I find the magic system interesting, because it's very different. It goes through bloodline instead of like you just having miraculously powers, which I find interesting. But like, how can these three girls think that they were ever the only ones that had magic? Like, girl, get a clue. Like, get out of your bubble. There's more people for sure. And now they are on the run, because these priests, let's call them that because I don't remember the name, they are after them, and they are trying to kidnap them to, in a way, what it's called, end with these women that have power. I don't know how I feel about this book 100%, and I am over 50% through the book, and I think this book is very hit or miss for me. Like, some parts I really enjoy, like not really enjoy, but some parts I do enjoy, and some other parts I am quite, oh, this is happening, okay, interesting, fun, but get more into the point. Like, there is so much feeling in this book that, oh my. And the writing style is not bad, it's just that because there's so much feeling, and for me so much unnecessary in a way information, it gets a little bit distracting, and I sometimes get lost. I'm gonna tell you, I sometimes get lost in this book. It's not an easy book to follow, and I don't think I'll give it more than 4 stars or 3.75, but let's see how it ends, and maybe it will be better than what I'm thinking. Hello friends, Beatriz here. I was debating whether I would do or not this update today, but I have finished The Nightbirds by Kate J. Armstrong, and I'm here to give you all of my opinions. I am not going to tell you much about this book. We are basically following these girls, and they are the most precious secret that these families have and try to guard because they have powers. Oh my god. And these powers do help these families in some sort of way. They give them some powers during some little bits of time. I am actually going to also the church, let's call it like that. The church is against these girls. They think they are not really, it's not legal, but they don't think that they are sacred. They don't think they are well intended, and they want to get rid of them. So with this in mind, a lot happens, and the girls need to run, and the girls need to escape. Okay, some of my thoughts. I enjoyed some parts of this book. I mainly enjoyed the magic system. I think it's very interesting. To me, it looked like a bloodline magic passed through bloodline kind of thing. Let me see, because I have written my review on my bullet journal, so it will be easier. I like the magic system. I also said that. I also liked some of the characters, and this is what pissed me off so much. One of them, when I was enjoying him so much, he simply disappeared, and I spent the rest of the book just reading for this character to come back. So that was fun. He does come back, but it's very in the end of the book. But it was fun. It was fun. It was interesting. But there was things that I also did not enjoy in this book. Mainly, I don't know why, but the type of this book is the way that this book is written, because it is written almost into 3 point of views, but they are all in third person, and we have to figure out who we are following. I don't know how, but this book really was a very slumpy book for me. I did take a lot more time to finishing it than what I wanted it, and in the end I think I should have at least soft DNF the book at some point, but I kept pushing through it. I read 5% here, 5% there, so in the end I just finished it. And although I don't think I'll rate it bad, because I am not rating it badly, I think the book has some issues that I cannot pinpoint for myself. But saying this, I want to say that the book was nice, but some moments of the book were just making me lose attention. I couldn't focus on the book as well as I wanted to. So that's why I think I'm going to rate this book at 3 stars, although it is not bad, because I don't think 3 stars is bad. I also don't think it deserves a lot more than that, but I also enjoyed it enough to not give it lower. So for one of the books that you will see, I think next week, well, I'm not going to spoil you, but this book did not make me mad enough for me to give it a lower rating, if that makes any sense. So I think I'm going to settle on a 3 stars, because I think this is what the book deserves, at least from me. But I cannot wait to see what the other weeks bring. I am going to be back in a second with the wrap up for this week, and I think this is it. I need to go to bed soon, so I'm so tired. This is all that I have for today's video. Thank you again or better, welcome to this adventure that is going to be the Battle of the Booktubers, hosted by Danni over on Danni Doubles. I am so excited. This week I think I read competitor, let me check 1 second. I read Competitor L book recommendations, and I think I gave to the Isle of the Gods a 4-star, and now I gave Nightbirds a 3-star. I don't think this is a bad start. I actually think this is a very good start, but let's see what the other weeks bring, and hopefully they will bring pretty good readings. So until then, friends, I hope you have an amazing day, night or evening, whatever you are in the world, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye, friends.